Here we go.
5,
Here we go.
4,
4, 3, 2,
3, 2, 1.
1.
Ta-da!
Yeah, and let me go on Facebook and go live with that so we can all see each other. We want to be able to see the comments. There we go. Yeah, and I'm blue today. Edit the
Am I
audio.
blue? Am I
I'm
blue?
blue. Here we
Am I
go.
blue? La-da-doo-doo-doo.
Are you blue? Are you? There we go.
Welcome to Thursday Night Live with Lisa and
Now,
Jeff.
now, if you told me even, I don't know, 4 years ago that I'd be spending the rest of my life with blue hair, I'd be like, yeah, right.
You'd have called me a name if I'd have said it.
No, I just would have gone, oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Dory. Hey, Lori.
Hey guys,
And
Teresa is
Teresa.
here.
Yay, yay,
Hi there.
yay. Yeah, I
So,
just
so
got re-blued yesterday, so
I was about to say your hair looks extra vibrant tonight.
extra
Matches
bluey.
your matches your glasses, your shirt. You have got this nailed down. But I
Yeah.
did bring my cup.
I like the You know what I think is funny is the number of people that are compelled to point out to me things like, "Did you know your shirt goes with your hair?" Or "Did you know your necklace matches your hair?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did notice that." Yeah, Lori says, "Love you both. Can't believe it's the end of an era."
Love you too, Laurie.
Yeah, this has been so what part of the journey should we even talk about? How did we end
Hmm.
up starting the show itself?
It was your brilliant idea.
Oh,
Look,
oh, that was a good
we,
question then.
well, as we were getting doing the book, and you and I talked the whole time. We kind of talked. Okay, my job was to be the creative person, get that going, and you would take over it because your expertise was marketing. You thought I knew that ahead of time. I kind of maybe had an idea, but I really had no clue how great you were at it. But it was
Oh,
part of your idea. Let's start a show, get everybody watching it to promote the book launch, to keep sales going, and then the way it worked out, everybody just kept loving on the show, and we kept loving on them back, and then we just kept doing it. It was hard to not do it. So
right. And you know what's funny is there was a whole notebook of ideas. I remember this part now is that when you said your part's the right part, and I thought that you knew marketing was my thing and that I was going to be up next. So I was getting prepared. I have the note. I still have that notebook with all my stuff in it.
oh yeah,
And there's a whole bunch of things we didn't do that I thought of to do. But I think that's true at every project, though, huh?
yeah.
But
But
some of them I
I
wish
kept
we
thinking
did.
back. One of the best ideas that you had that we didn't do was people that are old enough to remember the dancing Pepsi Bears. We were going to have the dancing blue-haired Pepsi Bears, but that never came to fruition. But hi Debbie,
No.
hi Donna, hi Maureen, hi Lisa. Yeah, it's the
Oh.
last one for the show, Lisa. I love you, but yeah, it's the last one for the show.
And there's Maureen.
Hey,
No,
Maureen.
one thing I wanted to do that we didn't end up doing. When I say it, you're gonna know what I mean. When Alex did the artwork for the front and the back, it
Right,
was funny. I was wanting to do something like Disney has hidden Mickeys. You
right,
remember that whole idea? We didn't end up doing it, but we were going to put little hidden things in the pictures
right.
that would make it extra special. But I did remember when we were talking about what to do in the background, I had a
Mhm.
hard time explaining. Alex had showed me this concept, and I was trying to explain it to you on a Zoom. And I
Right,
said, think of the Polaroids when they came out of the thing and just
right.
throw them on the floor. And
Yeah,
that's what it looks like.
and I like the idea a lot. But when you say the hidden Mickeys, I grew up watching Perry Mason with my grandmother and reading Earl Stanley Gardner. So to me, a hidden Mickey means you slip something to somebody in their drink and they're about to pass out. That's just what it meant.
A Mickey. That's right.
Slip to my
Lori
Mickey.
said, or should be the blue Care Bears. I
That'll
love
work. Or
his
the
art in the
Smurfs. Weren't
future.
the Smurfs blue?
The Smurfs were blue, but I'm not a big fan of that because
Right.
people, but yeah, I'll be walking around the grocery store and under their breath where I can't tell who it is, somebody will say Smurfette. And that, yeah, that's the girl Smurf, and I know who they're talking to. You're not getting anything. I know what you're. I know you're talking about me, but I just, yeah, I think it's funny. I start giggling when someone does it, but they go Smurfette. Yeah, I think it's funny when someone says to me, "I love your hair." I usually say something like "Me too," or
Mhm.
I'll say, "It's a man magnet."
And it has been, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I was having
Oh,
dinner. We were having dinner with some friends, and we went to Bastrop, Texas. Had a neat little place. We had dinner, and the husband was saying that he had this idea that after they had Tickle Me Elmo, he really wanted somebody to come out with Pull My Finger Bert.
oh, cheese. Oh, that's
I thought it would have sold a fortune if somebody had done
that's wrong. That is so wrong. You
that. It
know,
would
though,
have sold.
that reminds me, in case these guys haven't heard this one, um, hey, Kim,
Hey, Kim.
yay. Um, early on, I was trying to impress you with my "Who Knew Me" thing because that's like my only thing I had. Right.
You've been
And then,
Avon's fifth highest producer for your whole life, and you're telling me you were worried about name dropping.
right,
That's so funny.
right. But I still was thrilled when you randomly ran across somebody in Texas who knew who
That's
I
true.
was.
Yeah, for those of you that may not have heard that story, I was having dinner in North Texas with my daughter Whitney and her husband Nathan, and at the time, yeah, I guess it was both kids. I can't, yeah, I think it was both kids. The baby, my grandson was a baby then, Jude, and then Naomi. We're up there, and we'd been out to this little pumpkin patch thing. It was about this time of year, and somebody had an Avon hat on, and it turns out later when we were in the restaurant, that same person was in there. So I went up and talked to her. I said, you were with Avon? She said, yeah. And I said, do you know Lisa Wilber? She says, everybody knows Lisa Wilber. And I said, there you go. I said, well, you need to read her latest book, said the lady with the blue hair.
I know. I was like, I was so glad she knew who I was because that would have been so awful if she hadn't to you.
You,
Oh,
you can't go up to a random stranger in any restaurant and say, do you know who Jeff West is? With them knowing anything. If you're in Alabama, though, they will know one Jeff West there because one of the reasons I use my middle initial, Jeff C. West, is because of the fact that it's just what I did ever since high school. But there, if you Google Jeff West, there's some guy in Birmingham that murdered his wife,
oh,
and the
geez.
and he found out she had an adult channel on the side, and he wasn't apparently wasn't aware of it. He found out about it, and he's
He
in prison
murdered
now.
her.
He did. At least he was convicted for it. But he
Wow.
did, and so somebody was telling me, "Yeah, Google Jeff West. You will not believe what came up." So I did it, and I saw that. And went, "Oh my!"
Yeah, and I was thinking, yeah, Lisa Wilbur. I've always, when I was Lisa Witten, even
Mhm.
in fourth or fifth grade, there was like five Lisas. So Lisa's such a common name,
Yeah,
right? And Wilbur, I didn't know was common too. It is not necessarily spelled like mine is, but
right.
I was I was, of course, being all big headed, of course, every once in a while. I go to this meeting and it was DSWA with Nikki Kehoho, and Zig Ziglar was there. And
Oh,
I was speaking at it, and I was all happy with myself that I was speaking there. I go up to the registration table. She says, "What's your name?" And I said, "Lisa Wilbur." She said, "Which one?"
oh my!
That solved my problem. Right. Yeah, I'm so special.
Thank you, Ken.
Right. So there was two of us attending that, and now I know another one. Somebody else. I have two Lisa Wilbers besides me in my contact manager.
Well, when back in my Aflac days, I had just had a fantastic year as a state sales coordinator. Made President's Club, which is hard to do. Uh, things were going well. But we had an annual meeting in Atlanta, and it was we had it every year. I didn't go to the normal breakfast downstairs. That's the buffet they had. So I went to the restaurant so I could have some quiet and drink my coffee and have some breakfast. I'm leaving the restaurant, and the CEO for Aflac was and his wife are coming in, And here I'm a steak sales coordinator, just had a great year. And I go up and I'm seeing him and I say, well, hi, how you doing? He said, fine, tables for two, please.
Oh.
True story. I gave him hell about that for years. He'd come into our area to speak, and I would introduce him with that story. And he finally, I could tell I was messing with him, so I quit doing
it. Oh, it is funny. Angie Rossi that wrote
Endorse the book.
an
Yeah.
endorsement for the book. Yeah, somebody just the other day said when I got the book and opened it and saw Angie's name, she was like, "Wow, like a blast from the past," because he worked at corporate for years and years. And it's funny. Last time, well, no, not the last time, but one of the last times, while he was still working there, we were all out to a dinner, and it was my birthday even. But I've been single for a lot of years. And he said, in front of everybody, he said, how's Doug doing? And I thought, I better say something because this is out of hand, And the only thing that made me think that were the 3 glasses of wine I'd already had. And everybody in the table's looking, and I just went, I'm not sure if you realize this or not, but there is actually a statute of limitations on when you can ask about someone's ex, and you actually passed it a few years back. Yeah, I didn't know what else to say, but
you meant
he
it in the
didn't ask
best
about him
possible way.
again. What'd you say? What?
But you meant it in the best possible way.
Bless his heart. He never asked about him again ever after that. I didn't know what else to say.
I get it.
Hey, when I saw him later, I said, did you forget that I was not with him, or why would you bring him up? And he said, no, it's just I knew him and I thought probably you saw him or something. And I thought, wow, his wife needs to let him in on that because no one wants to talk about their ex, really.
Hey, Lori Hannah, what a nice comment. Thank you.
Yeah, Lori, and Peg wants you to do some singing. You're singing for us one more time tonight.
What should I
You
sing
must
tonight?
have thought about it because you have Garth Wannabe.
That's right. My favorite Garth was just the one I just do that little opening thing, which is a bluesy kind of thing.
Yes.
If you ever get a chance to see the video of Garth doing kicking and screaming, oh, you got to see the video because he'll come out on the stage and he puts sunglasses on. He's got that hat, and they're doing that bump and grind thing, Well, I don't know what my uncle did, but he must have done it right. They sure strung him up one Saturday night. He had spent his whole life fussing. Well, he spent his last breath cussing. Hey, Alex. But he realized the deal was really done. He started screaming hallelujah, trying to make his peace with everyone. That's enough of that. So that's
awesome.
for Peg. Peg, darling, that's for you tonight.
Have you done that in karaoke?
I have actually, a couple of times. It tends to be a crowd pleaser.
Well, you can do the little growl thing.
Arr.
Yeah.
Arr. I can also be a pirate. You know what a pirate's favorite restaurant is? Arby's. Never mind. That's just so bad.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Hey,
no. No, I hadn't thought about doing karaoke at a bar. I don't think I'm friendly enough for that. But I do have every time I go to Yonkers, it's like a 4-hour concert featuring me. I sing really loud. Matter of fact, I have I'm expecting to get pulled over for the what is that? Why is that wrong?
Never mind. I was thinking you were going in a different direction. I'm back with you. You're on the drive now. Okay, good.
No. Okay. No, so right. No, the
green room.
Thank you. Oh, Alex, Lori Walsh down the Cape wanted to say hi, and also Debbie Madsen, who's been here. They wanted to say hi.
Hello.
Yay. Yeah.
Can I have money?
No. Oh. Can I have money?
Alex, how much you need? I'll send you a picture of a $10 bill.
A picture of one.
Womp womp.
Womp womp, he said.
There used to be a song called "Fax Me a Beer." Yeah, we don't use fax machines anymore, but I can text him. I can text him $100.
He's right now working full time at Tropical Smoothie.
Nice.
So, no, it's funny. I don't know if it's good or bad. Probably drives his supervisor crazy, but the things that I don't like about other fast food places, he doesn't too. Probably because he's heard me. You know what I mean? Like when you're doing the drive-through thing, they're supposed to read the order back and
Right.
say, your total is $5.48. Please drive up. Instead of down here where they go, yeah. And then, yeah, and then they just go drive up. They missing opportunities there.
When I wrote my first book, The Unexpected Tour Guide, I put in a bad speaker in a drive-through window scene in that because I just think that's so funny. Because half the time I think the people inside are messing with you. Would you like with that?
Do you really think they are?
No, I don't think so, but I don't know.
You
Hey, look at
don't
this.
know.
You notice
Yeah.
this kind of highlights my eyes this way. Hang on. That looks
Oh,
kind of scary, doesn't it?
well, you are a little scary though, really.
I can be, especially when I sing.
Oh, well, yeah, Bob built you up pretty good. I was a little nervous talking to you the first time. Bob built you up
Well,
pretty good.
well, that's all well and good, but what's the right way to say this? Um, once you get to know everybody behind the scenes and see just how they're just real normal people, they
Right.
blow their nose or scratch
Oh, they
scratching
scratched
my
your nose.
beard,
Oh.
scratching my beard. Come on
Thank
now.
goodness you said beer. It's like, where are you going with that?
We all itch. All right.
So, at the 1 o'clock send out cards thing we were talking about, uh, with the Go Giver Success Alliance, how we happened to do the book over that comment in the Zoom. That
Right.
actually, it was more, I'm always acting like that's some big random bolt of lightning that happened, and that's probably not accurate because almost every week somebody said that would make a great title for a book. So about a
Yeah.
comment here or there, but not everyone does something about it.
Yeah. And this was different. This
So
was something that I always say things happen the way they're supposed to, and this was different. Number one, said the lady with the blue hair was and is an awesome book title, but this was different. This was meant to be.
well, I think you were ready to write it, and I had enough experience under my belt to already have, like, if I didn't already, like the rules thing were things I already knew. What
Right.
if I didn't have something like that in my repertoire?
It was the perfect combination of things coming together. And when we started going over those rules, and you told me the miniskirt rule, I don't believe I still laugh
That
about
was
that. Every
funny.
time I talk to anybody about it, I co-author on on the blue hair book. Let me tell you what she said. It was, just for the day you said that, we were on a Zoom call. I was actually at the Giddings, Texas Library because they would let me set up in there because internet there was better than out at the ranch. And we were in there, and you told me the miniskirt rule, and you said I've got one called the miniskirt rule. I said, well, what's that? You said, well, it's to keep people from making their presentations. So I said, well, what is it? And you said, keep your presentations short enough to keep their attention, but long enough to cover the goods.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, and since well, Peg was saying something because I was talking to her earlier, and she was saying about the the brick in the wall, the that new rule, but that other new rule too, that because I keep making them up as I'm going. It's not like I made up rules before and I never had any. No, I had rules all the time. So the other one, and I said it today to the lady at the deli, the deli counter, because Ty asked me to get him some cold cuts, and I never go to the deli because I hate asking for stuff. But you know why? It's like going to the hardware store. I said to him, when I go up to that counter and say what you told me to say, she better not give me 12 options. Right. So, and I said, if she does give me 12 options, the risk of sending Lisa to the grocery store is the Pinkalicious rule.
The Pinkalicious rule. Tell me,
Yes.
dear, what is
What
the
is the
Pinkalicious
Pinkalicious?
rule?
It's from Pinkalicious the book, and Pinkalicious's mother says, "You get what you get, and you don't get upset." So when you send Lisa to the grocery store, you get what you get, and you don't get upset. So she was. I saw her. I had gotten some meat some other week, and she recognized me from before, and she said, "Did he end up liking that?" And then she went. We both said it in unison. Oh yeah, the Pinkalicious rule. So he wouldn't have said he didn't like it. And I said, that's correct. Because you get what you get and you don't get upset. Yeah, Peg said we were talking about that.
Lisa Williams said she would have thought that we've known each other for years. When did we actually meet? I know it was like one of the very first Go Giver Success Alliance calls, but I can't remember exactly what year that was. Was it 21 maybe?
I think it's got to be 4 by now, hasn't it? Because we did the show for 2, and it was a year before that when we wrote the book. So it's got to be a year before that.
Before then, yeah.
So it's got to be about 4.
Yeah. So did Bob start that during COVID or right after COVID? Or I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, it had to be 2020. Okay, it had to be 2020.
It was during, because I think we all joined the Go Giver that January 2020 or something like that. It was right around then. Yeah. And then where it took off because we all had more time to do that. Yeah. The Pinkalicious rule, love it, Lori said. That's funny. That saved me a lot of hassle, really.
When we were doing that, and Bob and Kathy were doing the something about legends. They were interviewing. There was one picture. I was the very first one they did that with. That was their first interview.
Yeah. No,
conversations.
That's why you had such a buildup that when I'd already decided that if you ever called me and wanted to do a thing, I'm like, yes, I don't even care what he's going to call about. I wasn't sure it was a book you were looking for collaborating on. So I thought, well, whatever it is, I'm saying yes. So you didn't know it, but when you called me about the book, I think we got on a Zoom. You could have said anything. I was already going to say yes. I was pre-sold. Yeah. So, but so we've done. Peg was saying today about the things that we did different with the book launch, and you know what's funny is I don't know if I should be happy I didn't do it or wish that I did do it. I didn't even think about Google searching, what does a book launch consist of? All I was thinking about was, how can I get the most people to know what I'm doing? Because that is always my premise. And then once I get them in the group, how can I make it valuable for them to want to be in it?
Well, I have actually, like in John David Mann's Writing Mastery Mentorship class, he has a couple of modules, one on book launch, one on book proposals that I've recently been going back through. Mm-hmm. And I've looked at other stuff about book launches too. What we did, let me rephrase that. What you did and I supported in what we were doing was everything that I've seen out there plus more. And so I think and I've been told this by people before, that what we did on Blue Hair was kind of a master class on a book launch.
That's nice. So, yeah, well, Peg said the WIT rule, WIT, whatever it takes. I like that one. Whatever it takes. That's awesome. The book launch thing, kind of came around the same time as my involvement in the community theater thing, and they have actually overlapped each other quite a bit.
Yeah.
As far as I learn from one and get to use it in the other and go back and forth. That's been awesome that way. And I end up doing the same thing for them as promotions, I think.
Right. And then,
So
do I remember right? The director's name is Scott. Am I remembering that right?
for the play?
For the
No, it's
play.
Kenny.
Kenny.
Kenny Cahill.
They killed Kenny. That was,
Kenny.
oh, never mind. A South Park line just came right back to me.
No, Kenny, that whole thing is another one of those things where he fell out of the sky and saved the day. I
Yeah.
mean, it was crazy. He was directing an art director on TV shows in New York, including Seinfeld, and he moved back to his little hometown, which happens to be Ware, New Hampshire.
Yeah.
And he happened to move back just when I needed a director for that little community play. So and now we're on our third play together. But it's funny that I even have that on my LinkedIn thing that I'm a play producer. Why not, right?
Absolutely. Well, I love the historical context of all of that. I have to tell you something funny that happened. We were having dinner with our friends that I mentioned earlier. That we were in Bastrop having dinner with some friends, and the guy, the couple where the guy said, "Yeah, they need to pull my finger, Bert." Well, we were talking, and his son is actually he's been in law enforcement. So was my friend in law enforcement for decades, and he is very high up in the rankings in ATF. And his wife is, I don't think they've been married that long, but she's from Honduras or somewhere. She's from somewhere in Central America, and or maybe it's Mexico. Maybe it's Mexico. Anyway, but he's got a very quiet and dry sense of humor. His son does. And they were, and she was asking, did her citizenship thing get taken care of and all that, and it did. But he thought he had messed with her, and he said, yeah, it's all done. He said, there's one thing that I got a call from the State Department today, and there's one more thing you have to do. She said, oh my goodness, what? He said, I've got to drive you to San Antonio. You got to go to the Alamo and apologize.
Oh, geez. Oh, that is wrong.
We got our butt whipped at that one. Let me tell you.
Well, that is wrong.
And it's just knowing his personality. He's such a good young man. I say young man. Everybody's young to me, but he's a good young man. And I can just see him pulling it up with a total straight face. There's one more thing you have to do, honey.
You know, it's funny. Is it Lisa Williams the one that said she can't believe we've only known each other 4 years?
Yeah.
So how about this one, Lisa? Is that we've only seen each other in person 2 times.
Right. We got to hug twice. Well, we hugged more than once each time, but we've gotten to hug in person twice.
2 times. That's it. Yeah, I think that's
San
funny.
Antonio and once in DC.
Lisa Williams is saying, "Shut up."
It's true, Lisa. It's true.
Twice.
Lisa was coming down to San Antonio for an Avon convention, and I drove down to San Antonio from my ranch. It was I think about 3 hours or something like that, which is pretty close in Texas terms. And I drove down there, and we had lunch together, and everybody in that place knew Lisa Wilber. They didn't know Jeff West from Jack Adams, but they knew Lisa Wilber. We had lunch together and all that, and had a
Lori,
great time.
you know, it was funny, Lori. I was sitting there in the lobby, and I was so hoping that somebody would come up and make of me when Jeff was there, so he could see that someone knew who I was.
Everybody knew.
Oh, please, somebody come up and say something. Because I wanted him to feel good about his decision, you know what I mean?
And then the second time we got to do that was in DC when the book was already out, and Avon was having a convention. And although we weren't allowed to sell books there, we sort of had to buy your book, get up there, we'll sign it. And I flew up, and Laurie and I flew up.
No, I thought that
was a
fun.
blast. It was.
Yeah, and then we went out to dinner. You treated us out to a really nice dinner right there. That was fun with Peg. Yeah, nice. They knew Jeff after Lisa Wilber introduced you. Yeah.
Lisa Wilber made me famous.
Well,
Absolutely.
yeah, I don't know about that.
Okay, Lisa Wilber made me infamous.
Yeah, that's more like it. No,
Yeah,
I think that is the funny part about doing speaking and all that stuff, though, really is
right.
you're famous in your own little bubble, whatever it is. So in Aflac, you're a super god. Everyone knows who you are. And I'm like that over at Avon, but in the real world out where everybody else is.
Well, I heard
Yeah.
Randy Gage introduce Bob one time. Bob Bergen said he's the most famous person that people don't always know.
Oh, Bob Berg. Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
funny
I did.
too.
Peg posted I drank some good bourbon. I did, thanks to my dear friend Peg. Yes, I did. Uh, the
Lori says you're
I,
a lucky man, Jeff. Leave it at that.
that's right. That's right. You are exactly correct. But I do have to say something. I know we're toward the end of our time. Lisa Wilbur,
Don't make me cry.
you're what? You got blue glasses on. Nobody knows. Mine, they won't. I love you. This has been a joy.
I guess. Thank you.
I would sing to you, but I don't think I could get it out. Yeah, I can. I can do this. I'm a professional. I can do this. I'm a musician by trade. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and sing or drink a song. Seems we just get started,
Oh
and before
God.
we comes the
Oh.
time we have to say so long.
Well, this has been
I
a
could make a dog bark halfway
we're not
across the country.
neither one of us are dying or anything, so let's not say this is the end of it. This is just the end of the show. We're
Right.
wrapping up the book launch. That's about it. Yeah, now Lori's crying too. See, cut it out. That's why I'm not see. Oh, this is bad. Yeah, I don't want to have red eyes.
That's
But
right.
this has been an awesome, awesome experience. Thank you so much for including me in your world. I'm
And
happy
vice
to
versa.
know you guys.
Thank you for including me
Yeah.
in yours. Got
Well,
lots of new friends because of you.
privileged to that you're sharing the girls with me too. They're now I feel like I'm friends with them too, and your ex-wife too. April and I send cards and stuff.
Both of my wives are fun.
No, but I mean I appreciate you sharing your world with me and doing the book. It's been an unbelievable experience, and I really do appreciate it. I really do. I hope we get to do some kind of project in the future together. But thank
Yep,
you.
we need to for sure.
Well, that's it, everybody. We love you both, and that's it, I guess.
Yep,
We'll look
you got
forward to
it.
something else we do because we're too is it ambitious, driven, whatever it is,
Probably a little bit of
crazy?
both. And this, if and when we do a sequel, it's got to be. This is working for me.
You already decided on that, huh?
Yeah, that's got to be it. That, hey Lisa, I'm gonna type it in the chat. That would make a great book title.
Yeah, we got to have some kind of story to go with that.
That's right.
That's what
All right,
made this fun is the stories.
that's true. All right,
Well,
bye
I'm going to
everybody.
stop.
We love you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the support, and we really, really, really have appreciated every step along the way. Love you guys, and thank you so much. There